Hello everyone. So today we're going to be making a thumbnail in both Photoshop and in Gimp so we can compare the two, but it is also a tutorial on how I quickly make thumbnails. Obviously you can edit them and take as much time as you want on them, it's just a few tips. I will show you them side by side at the end. Gimp is an absolutely free program, so anyone can download it and use it straight away, whereas Photoshop is quite pricey, so this might help you choose between the two. If you do find this helpful, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get straight into it. So we're going to start with Photoshop. What I've done is I've made a file with all the stuff in that I want to use for this tutorial, but in actuality I have a folder named thumbnail on my PC with all my different items, add-ons, pictures, survivors, whatever you want to add to it in different folders. I mean, that might not be for you, but I just find it a lot easier to find things. So there's a tip for you. File, new, and then we want it 1280 by 720. I'm going to try to do this as quickly as possible. So we've got a transparent background, which is perfect. We're going to start by adding our Sable and Wesker. We're going to position them wherever we want them. We're just going to shove them over here for... No, we'll shove them over here for this tutorial. So we'll position them wherever we want them. So we want them to pop. You can add your background first, it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to shove this one in. I'm not an expert at Photoshop. I literally started using it not long ago, so this is for beginners. Right, so we have Sable. We want to make them pop, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down here to FX. We're going to click stroke. Now you can add a stroke whichever colour you want. See, this is white, but maybe we want them to pop, so we'll just go over here. Okay, sorry about that. I had to switch to a different view. So this box will pop up, and this, you can see here our stroke is white. You can make this whatever colour you want. Black, green. That didn't work. Green. You know, whichever colour you think makes pops. I'm going to keep it white for now because I'm going to add a drop shadow. So the drop shadow, you just click this button over here. You can also change the things on the drop shadow, make it however you want it over here. So now, say I modelled these models in Blender, but you can just go online and grab a Dead by Daylight PNG here. Now, I like this effect. I like the stroke effect. I like the drop shadow. But there is another way you can do this. So if you go onto your fuzzy select and select this, just your magic wand over here, and then you go to select. Oh, sorry, no, it's not. Yeah, sorry, select invert, and then you go to select and then modify and click expand. This is something else I like to do. And we grab our bucket here. We go to new layer down here. So add a layer. Make sure it's blank. Get our bucket, fill it. And then we're just going to drag that underneath Dwight. So now we've got kind of a drop shadow. So that's another way you can do that. But with this, what I like to do is go back to select, modify, expand by another 5 pixels. 5 pixels is normally enough. And then make the colour white. Make sure you're on bucket fill. Add another layer. Then we're going to fill that again. And then that's in white. I'm actually thinking I should use a darker background for this tutorial, so give me 2 seconds. Okay, it's not darker, but it's definitely brighter. So I'm just going to add this here, and then we're going to put it underneath everything. There we go. So now it's popping a bit better. So now if we put that layer underneath this layer, there you go. But if you click on the dark layer, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, you can also make another cool shadow effect, or you can leave that like that, cancel that, and Do the same with the white layer. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and make it as blurry as you want. I like it at 5, you could put it at 10, you can put it at 100, depending on how blurry you want it. I just think this gives it a really nice effect. Or you could add this one on 10, and then click on this one and add it to 5. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur, add that one to 5. And that also makes a nice little effect like this. Okay, so now you want to add your writing. So with Photoshop, you're just going to go here. You're going to go here. And delete whatever that is. We're going to write Photoshop. Right. Now we have that. And we're going to make it whatever size we want it. Photoshop. Now, I like to do with the... You can just click on the writing, go to Effects, add your stroke, add it in black because make the writing pop. You can add another stroke if you wanted and make it white. You can add as many as you want on Photoshop, but we don't want that right now. And then add your effects, add a drop shadow. You can do whatever you want, just make it pop a little. So yeah, that's that. And then you could just add in crazy little elements. Obviously, you don't want the white. I'm gonna get rid of the white. No, we're not. I get rid of the white. No, Control Z. There we go. Move that wherever you want it. The same, you can add whatever you want to it. You can add little arrows in, you know. Rotate it whichever way you want. Like, yeah, Dwight. Now you can add, for example, to this, we can add... I like to add the stroke and the drop shadow. I just think it makes them pop. To this. We can add a border, which actually I didn't put in a folder. Bear with me a second. There we go. Added a border, and we'll put the border underneath everything, so it all pops. Obviously with Photoshop you can easily do stuff, so say I wanted to brighten Sable and Wesker, I could just go up to adjust and bright and make sure I click this so it just adjusts that layer. I could adjust the brightness and contrast of whichever layer I want. Make them pop or make them darker. So now let's see if we can recreate this in Gimp. So I'm going to go to File, New, 1280, 720. This is black, it doesn't really matter. If you're going to go for alphas and PNGs and stuff, you need to add to the alpha layer, but this is fine. We're going to add our backdrop. We're going to add Sable and Wesker. Now they are a little bit large, so we're going to go to Layer, Scale Layer. And we're going to go maybe 1000. That's still a little bit small. Yeah, that'll do. So we've got our Sable and Wesker here. Okay, so you can add stroke on Gimp, but I find it just as easy to go the same as we did before on Photoshop. Then you go to Select, Invert. Then we're going to go to Select and Grow here. I'm going to do the same as we did on Photoshop. Grow it by 5. Then we're going to choose a fill colour. We'll go white, the same as we did before. Grab our little bucket. Add a new layer. That is not what I meant to do. We'll delete that. Add a layer. transparency, and we're going to bucket fill. So there we go. We've added that. Let's get rid of this. Let's draw around it. Get rid of that. There we go. Now, I believe you can add drop shadow as well. You go to filter, light and shadow, and then drop shadow. There we go. I've got a drop shadow there. We can change the intensity, glow radius here, adjust it to however you want, make it stronger. There we go. Ooh, a little bit too strong. There we go. We've got a nice little drop shadow on them. And you can move it around and play with it however you want it. That'll do. And then we're going to do the same as we did with Dwight before. I'm going to add him here. He is huge. We're going to scale him down a bit. There we go. Got our Dwight. So we're going to do the same. I'm going to get the fuzzy select. I'm going to select him. We're going to invert, select, invert, select, grow by 5. Grab our bucket. Do it black we did last time. So we're going to add a layer. Transparency. Oh, we're not going to do that. Okay, we're back. We're going to grab the bucket. We're going to go to the empty layer and we're going to fill it. And okay, so Gimp isn't as forgiving as Photoshop, but we will just add him on the top. We'll grab our little lasso. This is, you can make this as perfect as you want. We're just going to select all of this. I'm going to get rid of this. Oh. There we go. I'm going to delete. Delete on this one. There we go. Get your little eraser. Erase the rest. Right, so we've erased that. And then we're going to, now we should just be able to fuzzy select this. Again. Select. Grow by 5. Make the colour white. There we go. And we're going to go with new layer. Add. And then bucket fill white. And move that underneath the black. So we're going to, again, we'll click on the black one. We'll go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. We'll put that one on 5. We'll keep that one as it is. And then we'll do the same with the white. We'll go filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And you can make it as big as you want, basically. Make it as blurry as you want. Oh, sorry. Don't do what I just did. You need to deselect first. So you need to go to select none. And then you need to click on the white and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. There we go. Now you can change the intensity of that. So there we go. We've got that there. Sorry, this is a bit choppy. I'm going to add a font. Do you have a font you want? We're going to type Gimp. This is teeny weeny. Select it and make it bigger. And we'll make it really big. Make the box fit. Let's drag it out so it fits. There we go. We'll move it. There. Yeah. Now we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to grab our fuzzy select. We're going to select this. We're going to hold shift and select all of them. Go to select, grow by 5. There we go. We're gonna, sorry, I'm just comparing the, for what I did. Yep. Gonna fill. Sorry, we're gonna add a new layer. And we're gonna fill the new layer. We want that black. As you can tell, I am very new at all of this. But there we go, we've got that. And then again, we're going to select grow by 5. Oh no, sorry, no we're not. Scrap what I just said. We're going to add a drop shadow. So we're going to deselect. Select this. I'm going to go to filter, light and shadow, and drop shadow. There we go. And we're going to make that a little bit more intense. There we go. Nice little drop shadow. Okay. So if you want to move these layers together, just click on, we put Dwight down with Dwight. I broke Dwight. There we go. Right, we want Dwight to be above the writing. So we'll move him up there. And add in our little love heart. We're going to move it here. I know this is not perfect, guys. I'm just trying to show you. I'm just going to move it to the top so I can delete that off it. Again, grab our magic wand and delete. Oh. Okay. We need to add to the alpha channel first. Then. Sorry. So add it to the alpha channel, then delete. Okay. We're going to fuzzy select that. We're going to invert the select. We're going to get our eraser. We're going to just erase all the, carefully erase this. We'll probably make our eraser bigger, to be fair. Let's go with a mega brush. Get rid of that. Doesn't have to be perfect. Well, not for this. You can obviously spend as much time as you want on this. Gimp is clearly a little bit more difficult than Photoshop, but it's free. So we got that. Now we're going to move it. Come here, you. Get down here. It's not perfect. But who is it? I'm actually going to merge these layers down so I can move them. I'm sure it's been that long since I've used Gimp that I'm being an idiot on how to move stuff and how to select more than one thing, but I'm just going to make it simple for myself and do it this way. And merge down. I'm going to put them together. I'm going to put, obviously, Wesker and stuff at the top. We'll move them over a little bit. And there we go. Now I think we need an arrow. Add our arrow in. I want to rotate this. Okay, you can rotate this, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to layer, transform layer, and flip it. And there we go. We'll scale it down a little bit. I'm sure there's probably an easier way to do this than what I'm doing. But like I said, I'm not really an expert. So I want to tidy this up a little bit more. Be a little bit careful. There we go. Tidy that up a little bit. Move it over slightly. And there we go. Oh, we need our border. Almost forgot. There we go. There is our border, and that is our finished product. So then we're going to go to File, Export. This is the same on Photoshop as well. Basically export it to wherever you want it to be exported to. So here is our Photoshop one. All finished. I did add a few tweaks, just a drop shadow and a stroke around the heart, and moved white a little bit, I think, on both. And here is our Gimp. This was just a very quick tutorial to show you the difference between the two, but I hope it was helpful for you. All in all, I think they both look pretty similar. If you did enjoy this video, please do like, comment and subscribe. I'm normally also live over on Twitch if you want to catch some DBD content. If not, have a good day, evening or night, depending where you are, and take care.